Welcome back to Zekins and Wrestling. Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Andrade, I hope he's doing well as well. Let's talk about him. I just said well way too many times. Andrade returned to the wrestling ring, re-debuted in AEW, back on the 1st of October. It's been 3 weeks. It's crazy. He re-debuted in AEW, attacked Kenny Omega. It's obviously setting up a story that we may or may not see. And look, from a personal point of view, I've sort of kept a low since he got released from WWE. I haven't released any content regarding this because I wasn't sure what the deal was with it. So you're just sort of sitting back and waiting. But a revelation today that I just have to talk about. Just have to sort of get, I guess, other people's perspectives as well. Rumors today, and this comes from WrestlingNews.co. Andrade may be returning to WWE after his release. Now, this stems from apparently WWE stipulating he has a 1-year release clause, which is apparently the old standard, but apparently the standard of TKO contracts. If they're released essentially if TKO didn't want them to go, but they had to release them for disciplinary reasons, then guess what? The release clause apparently is a year. So we go on with the article. New details have emerged on the complicated status of Andrade, whose return to AEW has been halted by a non-compete clause from his WWE release. According to a report from PW Insider, Andrade continues to be advertised for upcoming independent dates in both Maine and New York. There is no word on whether he will actually appear. This uncertainty follows an advertised appearance for WWC in Puerto Rico over the weekend, where he did not wrestle. So he was there but just didn't perform because obviously the release clause is in place. The report notes a new belief regarding WWE's motives. There is a belief in some lucha circles that WWE is trying to use the leverage of the potential 1-year no compete as a way to bring Andrade back into the fold. PW Insider stated that no one in WWE would confirm this, but noted that it is making the rounds in Mexico, where WWE is definitely infringing upon people's wrestling with a AAA deal. The situation stems from Andrade's release from WWE. It was reportedly believed by many, including Andrade, that he was free to perform elsewhere immediately because he was terminated, seemingly, or that was his assumption. This led to his surprise return to AEW on October the 1st, where he aligned with the Don Callis family and a subsequent match in Mexico. However, WWE has since informed Andrade that he is still subject to a non-compete period. Other reports have suggested this non-compete could be as long as 1 year, part of a new clause in TKO's contracts for talent who were fired for cause, revealing that, in that line there, that this was an unceremonious termination of his contract rather than a standard release for, what do they say, cost cutting? Yeah, right. As a result of the legal letter sent by WWE, Andrade's October the 1st AEW return is not being acknowledged on television. The non-compete has also affected other promotions. Andrade was pulled from a scheduled match against LA Park for Mucha Lucha Atlanta, I love that name, which was set for October 25th, which is tomorrow night, as I'm recording this. Andrade has not commented on the situation, which is smart on his part. The independent wrestling scene is still advertising Andrade for future dates. He is currently scheduled to appear for Big Time Wrestling on November the 1st, where he could probably just stand there and wave. Where he's booked to face Donovan Dijak. Remember him? Oh, he's great. I'm a big fan of him. He is also advertised for House of Glory show in Long Island, New York on November the 15th. It remains unconfirmed if he will be permitted to appear at these events. And that's the end of the article. So, Andrade. Where do we start with Andrade? He was obviously released in the summertime, very surprisingly. He was in the tag team with Rey Fenix, and things seem to be going pretty well. As well as someone can be in a tag division when you've just sort of been wrestling for the United States title, but whatever. And Rey Fenix is awesome, by the way. So, they were clearly setting up a Wyatt versus Andrade and Phoenix feud. He is allegedly he showed up for a TV taping in not the best state. I'm trying to find the legal term here, so I don't. He failed the wellness policy. That's it. There we go. He was what exactly constituted the for-cause termination in Andrade's situation, wellness policy, or a contract breach of sorts at that TV taping. And then he ghosted WWE apparently for weeks on end, and so they terminated him with cause, in their opinion. There you go, legal definition out of the way. Lots of people, including, remember David Otunga? Yeah, he's piped up, stipulating that there's no way this would hold in court, and what Andrade should do is take WWE and TKO to court, essentially, because it would not stick in a court of law. It is odd that a non-compete clause would be a year. That's a year of a wrestler or a performer, should we say, not being able to earn a living for a whole calendar year is what we're apparently hearing here. Is this TKO Group Holdings new stipulation? If they're terminated with cause, the cause could be disputed, and how legal that would be. That's a year's worth of. In this country we call it gardening leave with sports athletes and sports stars, when it's usually used for coaches and managers so that they can't manage another team for a bit, but it could be extended here and used to describe Andrade's situation. It is weird how AEW didn't do their legal research into what the contract situation, but maybe they trusted Andrade because he was there before. The relationship wasn't brilliant when he was there before, though, was it? As far as I'm aware, I don't know. This feels like a really messy situation, and the rumor that he could come back to WWE because to what? Make peace or see out the rest of his contract? This is. Okay. Well, I'm all over the place. Let me start. This could be. Well, this situation here where they're potentially bringing him back into the fold after he's redebuted on AEW television could be a stick it to AEW tactic. A certain situation has presented itself. We've released this talent, but oh wait, the year's release clause that we inserted into the TKO contracts, which is bizarre anyway, is still in effect. I know they've just redebuted him on telly on AEW. Let's pull him back to WWE now and use him, and it'll be a real middle finger to AEW and all their fans. Blah, blah, blah. That's theory one, which is potentially due to WWE's behaviour, counter booking and all this other stuff, counter programming. It's entirely possible that's a tactic that they've adopted. So park that to one side. The option two is that Andrade was in on this the whole time, decided to stick it to AEW when they decided to try and stick it to WWE, and is now going to go back to WWE, sign a brand new contract, and go on his way on an amazing singles run. I don't know. That's my pie in the sky sort of theory, but it is. Surely they can't put him back on telly. Surely on TV for my international viewers. But that would be great. The whole situation is crazy anyway. The whole year's worth of release, that's crazy. For essentially a self-employed person. We've got to remember this. The deal with wrestlers and sort of being, employed when they're really not employed, and they don't have unions and they don't have healthcare and all this other stuff that goes into, and it's a bit of a dirty subject. You see wrestlers in interviews, they sort of really dodge the question, but I think if you offered it to them, they would like security in their jobs a bit more than they already have. The release clause is one thing, and it does allow them to sort of transition to indie talent performer and stuff, which is what Andrade was clearly doing. He was moving on with his career. Without sort of trying to speculate even more, I just want to end it with sort of saying, Andrade, I hope you're alright. I hope whatever the issues he's gone through, because remember, he did get divorced very recently as well, in not too distant past. I'm sure Charlotte's talked about it. And I hope he's doing alright as well. I hope this isn't sort of just like a descent into something untoward, because I think we'll all look at this in a much different light if that was to happen. I'm not trying to be sensationalist, so I'll sort of really gloss over that. Other than that, like I said, I hope he's okay. I hope this gets straightened out. I hope he ends up going somewhere where he's used, because he's a very talented wrestler. I don't know what's going on off the pitch. That's a very, very football term, but I don't know what's going on outside of the ring. There you go. But at the same time, I just want to say, I hope this is, and the corporate back and forth between AEW and WWE. It's mildly entertaining, but it is quite boring as well. It's all very corporate business speak and not particularly interesting. But yeah, like I said, good luck to you, Andrade. I hope you this will get cleared up soon, and you're on TV wrestling, wherever that is. I just want to. Part of me does want to see the chaos of him going back to WWE, and what we perceive as that. What happens there? That'd be crazy. Anyway, What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Please leave a like or subscribe on the channel if I could put my teeth back in. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and indulging my content. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.